Oh, I love that though.
Holy shit, girl.
Well, remember, we've seen the blasts.
Yep.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Justin, and we're back with episode 5 of Frieren. Why don't you regale us with what happened last episode?
So, if I remember correctly, last episode was when we started to really kick off the story and determined that we had to go to the castle, where the castle of the Demon King now sits, after discovering that Fieren's mentor hid the actual information about her studies in a place that was where lost souls rest, or something very similar to that.
Well, Flame, which was Fieren's old master,
Correct.
hid her studies, or at least her book, at the place where Frieren and her used to study, live. I don't.
It,
It was a
it
farm.
looked more like Liv because she planted a single small tree that grew into a bloody massive tree in a full forest.
I mean, it's hard to tell. I don't know that it was a farm before, but she did plant one tree and it became a forest. But then again,
Yeah,
that's a product of time.
indeed.
Anyway, that points us towards the place where souls come to hang out. I don't know what they're doing there. At the end day. They did the
Yes.
end with an E at the end, so it's the end day or the end, depending what they're doing out. And it's very cold there, apparently. That's what I remember.
Yep.
And yeah, the Demon King's castle was there. And now we're making a trip back. I was going to make a board for this. Obviously, one, I didn't have time yet,
Mhm.
because we're coming right back into this exceptionally fast.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think there's any variance between the character relationships to actually need a board yet.
At this point, no. At this point, I don't think it's required.
At most, it would be helpful to remember character names, but even
Correct.
then, the ones that we would have, I don't think we. I mean, well, flashbacks maybe. We'll
Flashbacks.
we'll still see them, but I don't think they're going to be coming up in the present day much anymore.
Exactly.
Well, not until we get to the end day. Any other thoughts?
Yes, I had a theory at the end that if there is actually a protagonist, I think it's going to be some variation of Flamme.
I keep getting it mixed up and thinking you're going to say Lucifer. That's the
No,
other show.
that's the other show.
I don't know. Again, I understand you keep saying Flame, and I'm going to keep saying I don't think this show is going to have an antagonist. I think the Demon King is going to show back up, and they're going to become friends or something. I don't think this is the kind of show where we're going
I
to have
like
a
that.
bad guy.
I like that.
Well, it's that kind of narrative trope thing, right? Of the problem here is that we've come so far in the medium that we've had everything that set the line for how this is how characters act,
Yeah.
and then we hit a period where we subvert that by doing something different, and then we hit a period where we subvert the subversion so that they're actually just going back to the line again. And we've done this a number of times now that you, a new person coming in, ain't gonna know what we're doing anymore.
Correct. I don't know if we're subverting or not.
All right. Well, I think with all that said, we should probably just go ahead and get into it.
Oh yeah.
But before we get started, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below to feed that algorithm. On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered, uncensored, and uncut, as well as some early access stuff, you can check it out over on the Patreon. It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure. It's all to support the channel, just a little bit extra.
フリーレン、オレオールを探してヒンメルと話すんだ。
大陸の遥か北の果て、この世界の人々が天国と呼ぶ場所、魂の眠る地オレオールにたどり着いた。
I mean, this was certainly
そこは多く
long
の
enough
魂が
ago
集まる場所で、
that the Demon
私
King
はか
wasn't
つて
around
の
yet.
戦友たちと対話した。
Definitely. I also like that he gives her the heads up. He's like, yo, you're gonna be gone for like a decade.
そうか。ヒンメル様たちが魔王城を目指した道のりと同じなんですね。そうだね。たった10年の冒険だよ。
I don't think you can still call it a mirror.
Yeah.
フリーレン、君はオートには残らないのか？
旅を続けるよ。
一人でか？
気楽でいいでしょ。
弟子を取ったりはしないのか？旅は話し相手がいた方がいい。
時間の無駄だからね。
Man,
Appreciated
this show.
死んじゃうでしょ。
You're not gonna travel with us? Nah, I need some me time.
人との関係はそういうものじゃない。
そういうものだよ。みんなとの冒険だって私の人生の100分の1にも満たない。そんなことも言ったっけね。
Even 1/100. Oh god, they have Lord of the Ring elves in this.
何が？
その100分の1がお前を変えたんだ。
That was an implication that like 50 to 80 years wasn't 1/100th of her life.
じゃあまたな。
No. She said that back when they finished the journey, and they were in the capital. So they were talking about the 10 years. The 10 years isn't 1/100th of her life.
Okay, okay.
フリーレン様と過ごした時間です。これからもっと多くなるよ。
This is also the first time that we had a pre-opening scene.
I know.
Well,
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
that's
if your implication is that they're like Lord of the Rings elves, then the only thing I can think of is Lord of the Rings elves don't actually die. I mean, outside of battle, I think they go to the moon.
I would not be able to answer that.
The Farlands is the moon because you see when
Yeah.
they sail off, the elves know some sort of like right angle path sort of thing that they actually sail to the moon. They don't.
So I might get flamed for this one, but I'm fine. Let's talk about it. I think Lord of the Rings is dumb. I cannot stand it. To me, it's a walking simulator with a couple of fight scenes.
I think you're not going to get flamed for Lord of the Rings. I think you're going to get flamed for this show because it seems like this show is about to be a walking simulator with a bunch of events on the path, which is what Lord of the Rings is.
But this has like, there's a clear perspective, like there's a clear reason and like the change and all that. This to me doesn't bother me as much as that, as much as the LOTR.
Well, you heard a comment section. Go for it.
いいですか？
Yep, I fully accept whatever statements are said.
言うことをよく聞いていい子にしているんですよ。さもないと。
さもないと？
死んだ後に化けて出ます。
ハイター様、私が悪い子になれば化けて出てきてくれるのですか？
ずる賢くなりましたね。誰に似たんだか。撤回しましょう。あなたがいい子でいたら、少しくらいなら化けて出てあげてもいいかもしれません。
I mean, you're on the way to the place where you could possibly see him anyway.
そろそろ村に着くってさ。
Flamme said it was heaven, and he was actively trying to get to heaven, so...
Yeah. I don't think enjoying being intoxicated from time to time is a reason to not be there.
It's been another year, by the way. It's at 28 years. Last time we were at 27, I believe.
Okay, so now
やめといた方がいいよ。もう何人も行方不明になっているからね。
魔物でも出たの？
幽霊どもに連れ去られたって話さ。実際に見た連中もいる。
アンデッドかな。その幽霊の見た目ってわかる？
そこまではね。気になるなら直接聞いてみたらどうだい？
Montage of seeing if people can give us information.
話をまとめると、死んだ身内や知り合いの幽霊が目撃されていて、どれも生前の姿のまま。
I would say this is a weird problem to run into when you're literally heading off to a place to see dead people of loved ones.
Yeah.
It's a weird first story arc.
Yeah, it's that moment where it's like, oh yeah, it's that thing I'm doing. Maybe.
死体ならそうは見えない。これは全く別の系統の魔物の仕業だね。心当たりがありそうですね。悪趣味なやつだから出会わないように気をつけないと。朝一で村を出るよ。フリーレン様、村の人たち困っていました。ヒンメルたちみたいなこと言うね。私はフリーレン様。
And what's your guess? What kind of monster is it?
まあ、フェルンがいいならいいか。どうせ峠道は通るわけだしね。
Don't think it. I think it might be some sort of necromancer type person who's not maybe not meaning to do it.
I mean, I would guess it's not even undead at all.
ここが最近村人が消えた場所だね。
Maybe like a tree or some sort of plant.
I could see that.
十分すぎるか。
Just makes you see what it wants you to see, lures you in.
そうだね。どんな魔法だと思う？幻影魔法です。
See? Illusion.
獲物を誘い込む魔物がいると。
Mm-hmm.
魔法生態学の本に書かれてい
To
ました。
lure prey. I know my undead. That did not sound undead to me.
その種の魔物の
You're not wrong.
Somebody who plays necromancers all the time. I know my undead.
死者の幻影を見せて人を誘い込む。そんなもので誘えるのですか？その人にとって大切だった人の幻を見せるんだよ。
I just don't know what kind of monster would lure you in other than...
でもアインザームが使う幻影は魔法使いにとっては脅威じゃない。
I think like some sort of tree-like creature is a good shout.
撃てる？当然です。偽物だと分かっているのですから。私は命乞いをする先生の幻影を撃ったよ。
We could also be it could be somebody dealing with grief and not realizing that they're trying to pull people in with illusions.
だとしても気分のいいものじゃない。命乞いを聞き慣れるってどういうことなんですか？
Yeah, that's what I hung on there too.
霧が出てきました。
Sorry, regarding what she said, not what you said.
近いね。
Mm-hmm.
幻影が出てきたら迷わず撃つんだよ。
Okay, that's a thing she can do.
フェルン。
出た。これが死者の幻影。動揺はない。
It also must have a way to access someone's mind to know what to make.
あなたがいい子でいたから少しだけ化けて出ることにしました。
記憶だ。
魔法使いの道を選んで正解でしたね。あなたは昔から魔法が。
こいつ、私の記憶を。なんて残酷なことを。これは私の大切な思い出だ。
I mean, that's why I said like a plant. So it'd be like a hallucinogenic cloud or something.
ダメか。
That way it's not accessing your memories. Everything's just coming from you.
That could be very true.
ヒンメルが出てくるんだ。てっきりまた先生が出てくるものかと思っていたけど、私も少しは変わっているってことかな。
That's what they said
フリーレン
78 years ago.
撃て。
そうだね。ヒンメルならそういう。
Oh, I love that though.
Holy shit, girl.
Well, remember, we've seen the blasts.
Yep.
When I was saying I love that, I wasn't talking about the blast though. I meant your memory of the person is so good that they tell you to do the right thing, even though they're supposed to lure you in to your death.
No, that was very clever.
次は本物に会いに行こう。私たちはオレオールを目指しているんだから。そうですね。
I was just a fan of, oh, this one thing. Full on blast. Clear out a chunk of the forest.
巣を見て。魔導書があるでしょ。
Also, looks like I was wrong, by the way. That wasn't undead.
相変わらず好きですね。でもなぜあんなところに。竜は魔力のこもったものを栄装の材料にするからね。公共竜。こいつは冒険者を何人も食っている。どちらにせよ仕留めておいた方がいい。
So now we're seeing our first dragon.
巣に当てないように気をつけて。はい。フリーレン様。あまり手応えが。
I appreciate she's hiding behind the tree, too.
仕方がない。逃げるよ。
You do the thing. I'm gonna go now.
She 死ぬかと思いました。じゃあ戻ろうか。さすがにこれ繰り返せばいつかは倒せるでしょう。
He is so traumatized.
だよね。竜と追いかけっこなんて魔法使いのやり方じゃないよね。
Well, I mean, their shots bounced off its scales anyway. I don't.
Yeah.
素直に仲間にするか。
Well, thank God you lost it. You were gonna drag it right into a town.
リーゲル峡谷沿いにある村にシュタルクという戦士がいる。北側諸国に入るついでに拾ってやれ。俺の弟子なんだ。
いい戦士なの
I'm pretty sure we called that, though.
Yeah.
The new guy was to be his apprentice.
I don't think we mentioned the new guy being the apprentice. I think we mentioned the new guy being a young warrior, but not his apprentice.
So we are getting ourselves killed for X-ray vision.
でも実用性はあるよ。服と認識する範囲によっては隠し持っている武器とかがわかる。
少々よろしいですか？シュタルク様がお会いしたいと。
探す手間が省けたね。
3年ほど前、あの竜が村を襲いました。
If that damage is repaired, they did a lot of work in 3 years.
I mean, I guess what else are you gonna do?
You're not wrong.
それ以来あの方がここにいてくれているおかげで我々は竜に襲われることなく平穏に過ごせているのです。
ではシュタルク様に協力してもらえれば竜は倒せそうですね。だといいけど。
俺もシュタルクみたいな強い戦士になれるかな。
なれるさ。でも戦士なんてろくなもんじゃねえぞ。
おばあち
ゃんお前らが竜に手を出していた連中か。
Please don't do that.
Like don't fuck it up. The dragon's been chilling.
この額の傷も暗黒竜と戦った時に。
そんな大層な傷じゃないでしょ。
お前ら師匠の差し金か。何者だ。
魔法使いフリーレン。
ばあちゃん外してくれ。
You're the companion of my
俺
master.
の師匠の知り合いだ。
Now this is serious because you just said an important name.
黙って出てきちまったからな。
シュタルク、なんで竜を倒さないでいるの？村にとどまる理由なんてないでしょ。
先にそっちの要件を教えてくれないか。師匠のところに戻れって言うならごめんだぜ。
前衛として私たちの仲間になってほしい。まずは公共竜の討伐を手伝ってもらいたいかな。巣にある魔導書が欲しいからね。
なぜ？
ただの趣味。特に理由はないよ。
相手は公共竜だぞ。
I'm actually collecting books right now, and I think it's part of my set, so we need to kill a dragon for that book.
すごいすごい。
そうだね。私の集めた
There's actually a
くれたバカがいた。
series of shorts attached to this that we had to also watch at some point.
Cool.
That are just her spells, the spells that she's collecting.
でしょ？
Okay.
仲間になるのは別に構わないぜ。師匠が連れてけって言ったんだろ。ただ公共竜だけは絶対に倒してもらう。正直俺一人じゃ厳しくてな。フリーレン、お前なら倒せるんだな。
I guess solar dragons are higher tier than dusk dragons.
なるほど。30秒か。それ、俺がやらないとダメかな。
何を言っているのですか、この人は。やっぱりそういうことか。シュタルク、魔物との戦闘経験は？
ゼロだよ。助けてくれよフリーレン。俺だって最初は立ち向かったんだよ。でも怖くて一歩も動けなかったんだよ。あいつ家を野菜みたいに輪切りにしちまうんだぜ。人間が戦っていいような相手じゃねえよ。竜の気まぐれで助かったと思ったら。
Or maybe you stood so stock still, he got intimidated by you by accident.
That's what I'm thinking happened.
若いんだからいっぱいお食べ。
シュタルク、新しい必殺技見せてよ。
もう逃げられる雰囲気じゃないんだよ。
フリーレン
He's like, this is too much. This is real heavy. I just got petrified. It ran away.
こいつは竜と戦える。できるは
Well, he's got a scar on his head from where he defeated a dusk dragon, so he clearly can. I'm assuming that's a cleave he put in the mountain with his axe.
I would have thought that before, but I don't think so now.
I still think it is.
シュタルク、一晩だけ時間をやる。よく考えろ。このままじゃいけないことくらい分かっているはずだ。
シュタルク様に会ってきたんだって。 いい若者だったろ。
あの子ったらいつもうちのご飯を美味しそうに食べてくれるからね。
シュタルク様慕われていますね。
まああいつは優しいやつみたいだからね。
優しい？臆病なようにしか見えませんでしたが。
You can be a kind person and a coward. They're not
It's true.
exclusive.
初めて魔物と戦った時
Yeah, he's a kind coward.
だよ忘れるよ。まったく小さかった頃は素直で可愛かったのに。
そういえばなぜ竜はこの村を襲わないのでしょうか。
さあね、単なる気まぐれか、あるいは
Or maybe if Stark isn't actually the one that drove it away, whatever did drive it away is still here.
Oh, I like that.
私はもう寝る。
Stark is cleaving up more mountain.
That was a clean transition.
あいつは昔故郷の村が魔族に襲われた時、一人だけ逃げ出した臆病者だ。俺と同じだ。だからあいつには俺の全てを叩き込んだ。今のあいつは誰かのために戦えるやつだ。
なるほど。いい戦士だ。
Well, I know my show tropes.
Definitely do.
これは
I am still sticking with my theory of love interest between Fern and Stark.
I don't know, I don't think so. I was hesitant before, but I think now I know I'm right. No. Well, no, maybe you're right. Never mind. I'm thinking now. They're in the opening talking to each other all the time, and no other character has been. But there's a possibility we have enough length in this show. We could get multiple openings, which would imply multiple different things.
Correct.
I am thinking there's obviously going to be more characters. Not for the fact that I'm here and I have no idea who the fuck this is in the overlay, but also the fact that it implies to me that if we're picking up a warrior, that we might be building a whole new party, which means 4
Yes.
people, and he is not the Himmel counterpart.
I think Fern is.
No, Fern is the Frieren counterpart. We need
I don't think so.
the hero counterpart, which would be Himmel's counterpart. He's the Eisen counterpart.
So, I think what they're going to do is have none of them feel like the hero counterpart until Fern steps up and becomes that reason that Frieren can stop.
手が震えています。
震え方まで同じだ。
この村の英雄シュタルクなんだ。
I don't know, maybe I don't know who the fuck knows. Here's the thing, right? Himmel just calls himself the hero. So I guess that makes him a hero. And if Stark says I'm a hero, then maybe he is the Himmel counterpart. Look, I blatantly said what I was looking for before the end credit thing happened.
1,000,000%.
So, the fact he said it, sure, maybe he is the Himmel counterpart. Just the fact that he was trained by Eisen. So I just kind of thought, oh, he must be the Eisen counterpart who was not the hero, just another warrior in the party.
Mhm.
Because otherwise, I guess we're going to have find another warrior and a priest along the way.
So if we're looking for a party of 4, I don't think we find another warrior.
We have 2 warriors in the party. One is Himmel, the hero, and the
Yeah.
other was Eisen, who just doesn't have a title, but he's a warrior too.
Yeah, because the previous party was Himmel, Eisen, the priest,
Heiter.
and Frieren.
Right. So 2 warriors, a mage, and a healer.
So this party instead might be warrior, 2 mages, healer.
Here's the thing. Even if I'm looking at the overlay here, and I've got myself here as a character who's clearly got the book symbol next to them and he does not look like a warrior, I'm not using this spoiler or whatever it is that I'm looking at to inform me. If I was just going to go by what I expect from the show, what I expect from the show is that they're going to form a new party for a new, not even generation. I don't think, a generation's like 20-something years, isn't it? So this is just a new party.
Yeah.
I mean, it would not be great if they just mimicked the first party and they, just recreated it completely. But, it's like George Lucas says, it's like poetry. It rhymes.
Indeed. There is something to be said about repeating the past.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. That's why I sarcastically brought up the George Lucas thing. It's like your thing. You're not reading my sarcasm now. Oh, I mean, any other thoughts?
I like this. I enjoy the fact that this warrior at this point is not really a warrior. You can tell the skill is there, but the moment that he felt he had the chance that he was around someone who actually had experience, he's like, I have no clue what I'm doing. I panicked. I froze. It ran away.
I mean, it gets into like a philosophy thing, right? What makes a warrior?
Exactly.
Well, I don't have any additional thoughts in my head. Is that your closing statement?
Yes. Yes, it is.
All right. Well, then I think it's time for us to wrap up here. Once again, this has been Stoneface Reactions. I am Theta. This is Justin, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?